And also, I saw that you've also written a book called Investing 101. And, uh, someone who hasn't invested so far, and they want to start investing, what would you say is step number one for them?
Yeah, I mean, I don't usually tout my own stuff, but I'm going to tell you, buy that book. If you're trying to get started, first of all, it's a really easy read. Um, Secondly, there is nothing in there that is going to be hard for you to understand. It's very straightforward. I give you the simplest ways to go. And investing, the simplest way to go is actually the best way to go. And so that doesn't mean a money market account, but it means like putting your money in assets that are appropriate for your goals. So your long-term assets need to go in stocks, period. End
Mm-hmm.
of story. Um, and the best stocks are index funds. And so uh, I personally have my money divided among like the Vanguard Total Market Index Fund, the Vanguard Total Market International Index Fund, and a couple of other ones that are similar. Um, but that's all you need to do. You don't, really, you need to have a certain amount of money set aside for near-term goals, emergencies and near-term goals. You need to have a certain amount of money set aside for, like if you're planning to buy a house within the next 10 years, and this is not money you want to have fluctuate in value a lot, and particularly not toward the end. A certain amount there. But then your long-term goals, it's really easy. You just put it in these index funds. You forget about it for a couple of decades. You will be shocked at how much money you accumulate, especially if you're smart enough to just contribute to those funds regularly, which you can do through automatic investments. So incredibly, incredibly easy. But what we do with, or what I've done with that Investing 101 book is I explain why you
Mm-hmm.
put your money in these different categories so you actually understand, yes, the market's going to do this over a short period of time, but over a long period of time, it actually, you wouldn't even see those deviations. I mean, we've just had this big market drop because of oil prices and Iran, right? And then today prices went way up. If you had just not looked from the beginning of the year till now, you would have no idea that there was ever a drop in the market. It would just be like, "Oh, I'm doing pretty well," you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
end of story, right? And that's one of the things that you need to do when you start investing is you need to stop looking at things that are for long-term goals and pay more attention to your life and to, um, getting the money invested in the first place. And then we have, or I have worksheets in there to give you a realistic idea of how much you need to save today to get the nest egg you want tomorrow. And, just and get you to think through a few things. Um, I, Even though it's not exactly investing, I talk a little bit about the things that you invest for versus the things that you insure for.
Mm-hmm.
And that, is kind of an important thing to keep in mind because a lot of people, one of the investing mistakes that they make is they put too much money into savings because really they're trying to ensure that they don't have a loss in these particular things. But normally, a big loss that you can't recover from easily, that's what you get insurance for. That's why you have auto insurance. That's why you have home insurance. That's why you have health insurance. It's not for the day-to-day doctor's visit. It's for cancer. That's what you need the insurance for. And so that I go through that with the book with little worksheets. And so if you need that sort of help, to get started on that journey, then go out and find the book. You can get it used. It's like a couple of dollars.